Yes, people. Welcome to Never a Foul. And today is a nice day in the UK. It is about 17 degrees. It's sunny for once for the past week.
It's not here. Is it?
For me, it's nice. It's nice around here. You know what I mean? Man United, let's see if they can collect a win. The big game is obviously on Sunday, including Liverpool as well versus Brighton, which is going to be a decent matchup. The bounce back in the Premier League for them, so forth. We're going to be going through all the games of the weekend. Well, the main ones, anyways. There's no point in talking about Tottenham versus Luton. Come on. Let's get on. Let's be honest here. That's
true. Yeah, that is true. That is true. To be fair, that is true.
Yeah. But obviously,
they might end up top of the league. They might end up top of the league in the game week.
That might be the talking point. That's crazy. That's
crazy.
Listen
to this. Yeah, I know a couple of you boys don't gamble, right? But a couple of my mates have slammed some money on at the start of the season. Luton Town beating Derby County's record of like the lowest points ever, and it was 200 to 1.
What is it? 12 points?
Is it 12 points?
Is it 12?
11, I think it was.
Well,
or maybe
that's
maybe
low. That's low.
Yeah,
but
maybe.
Luton Town are going. So how many games that? How many points?
There were 4 points already, 5 points or something like that. No.
Yeah. I don't know.
There
are shit teams in this league that I think they will collect points.
Yeah, I can't.
Terrible teams like
Everton. Do those type of bets offer a cash out? So like I don't know, maybe if it's April and they're on like.
Nah, I doubt it, bro. But...
No, surely Luton beat like Burnley or Sheffield United or I don't know, another Everton when they go to their new gaff or something like that. Like I think that's
well, Luton have just got beat off Burnley, innit?
Yeah, but they just beat Everton at Everton. Did they not?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You forgot that there is the Everton, there is Sheffield United as well, what they can beat. Like there are Bournemouth.
The point was that the bookies were offering that as a bet, like, so that sort of tells you what they think of them. But yeah, I mean, Sheffield United are the ones to me that just look fucking shit, to be honest with you. I mean,
bro. Like, how can it be that bad? Like, I thought Luton is bad until I watched Sheffield United, and I'm like, how can it be that bad? Like, it's the only good game they played is against Spurs, and they lost at the end. That tells you what it is.
Yeah, there was a little bit of a myth going around that they played well against us, but they didn't play well against us. Like, Haaland missed a couple of chances. Like, we give him a goal because Kyle Walker decided to do a back heel in his own penalty area.
Yeah, they're horrible, man.
Also, there is Crystal Palace as well. So, like, Luton can pick points out of Crystal Palace. Sheffield can do that. So it's just
Crystal Palace. Well. You're confusing me. You're confusing me with United. We're talking top half teams. Bottom half teams, maybe.
These year.
Yeah. We're talking top.
Bro, we were just talking about the teams that Luton can pick points up. I didn't see you coming, bro.
Now you're confusing us. We're not Man United. We're not Man United, bro. We're Crystal Palace. We're top half. We got bottom half teams and we got top half teams. You know, you might be speaking to Cass there.
I wish it in 10th. We're top half, G.
We'll see. But right now, when looking at the table, I was seeing a bottom half team that just got 1-0 beaten by Crystal Palace at their ground. Clean sheets, easy 3 points. That's what I have to say.
Hey,
Roy Hodgson.
Did you see this? This is my last tangent, by the way. Did you see the Roy Hodgson's the first manager ever to have got 5 games in a row at Old Trafford without losing?
Yeah, I saw that. Five consecutive.
That's unreal, really. If you think about it. I mean, when was Old Trafford built? Like, it's got to be early 1900s. I don't know.
Yeah. What makes more crazy is the fact that there's been so many top class managers and no one has really done that apart from Roy Hodgson. So I mean, it was fantastic getting a result. But then again, I expected a draw against United. We got the win, but then again, it's United, right?
I did say that to you in when I was texting you. Remember, like after I said the 2 games in a row thing, it don't sit right, but we should beat you. Like, we should beat you.
You know what's funny? The fact that Zaha came back and he scored as well, and he beat you as well 2 days after. Oh, it's just like everyone beating United left, right, centre. But it is what it is, Kaz, man. It is what it is.
They were shit. But you were absolutely also horrible. The goal you scored is offside.
They don't care. Who cares? Smash and grab it, like.
Hold on. The goal we scored wasn't offside, man. Let's start.
It was
offside.
Yes. In Crystal
D
Palace,
was.
Selhurst Park is not offside. Everywhere else.
Hold
it
on.
is.
Okay, so if we're going to talk about decisions, how was Casemiro on the pitch for 9 minutes? How did Amrabat give away a penalty?
What do you mean? How was on the pitch?
What is this?
Yeah, no. There were decisions that went against us
go.
as well. Let's not do
Bro,
that.
you've been given a goal. Bro, you've been given.
It's middle.
The league apologized and said that the City goal.
They didn't apologize.
Akanji
They didn't.
They didn't apologize for it, but the league spoke about this interference with the goalkeeper, and then they go and do it again for Manchester United, where everybody saw that the guys were blocking Onana. Give me a break.
No one complained.
Man United are shit. Man United are absolutely terrible.
No one complained.
But don't sit here and tell me it wasn't offside.
No, it wasn't offside. No one complained about it.
Don't do the Spurs thing, shameless shit. Don't do that.
No. It's not even shameless. No one is even talking about offside goal. Man United got beat.
Honest.
Right? So they only had like 4 shots on target against us.
Now you're going. Now you're going to the football. Now you're going to the football, and I'm talking about this man. You went to the
okay, all right, then. All right, Mo. So how's Casemiro?
Mo's fighting my battle for me, man. It is what it's big up Mo, man.
Honesty is honesty, bro. I'm sitting here. Honesty is honesty.
Okay, honesty is honest, Mo.
So
let's talk about Casemiro.
It's absolutely terrible.
Let's talk about Casemiro. Casemiro shouldn't have been on the pitch. He should have got a red card against us as well.
Wait.
Amrabat should have given away a penalty. It should have been a penalty in the final minutes of the game.
That's a cup game or what is? What's
no? It's just a league game. Yes, but that's the thing. We're ignoring them parts, and then we're talking about one decision. Which no one really talks about.
Let me ask you a question. When you kick away the ball in today's game, do you get a yellow card?
Yeah,
instantly. So when Will Hughes was already on a yellow card and he kicked the ball away, why didn't he get sent off?
This is pathetic. There was so many. Casemiro was on a yellow, and Eze was through.
Look, I'm not here to talk about the Palace Man United game, yeah. And this is, by the way, this is our Friday panel. Good luck, people, every Friday. I'm not here to talk about the Man United Palace game or not. But if you want to give one thing to, let's say Casemiro should have got sent offside, then you got to hold the same accountability for some of your players too.
No, we got to win. I think. Look, we had Jeffrey Schlupp, Mateta, and Jordan Ayew as the attacking three. What on earth did they expect us to do? Did they expect us to have like 5 to 10 shots on target with that team? No. We have injuries. We have Elise out, France out, Edward out, Jefferson Lerma out. We have like 7 first team injuries. And we still managed to go to Trafford, get the 3 points. It's job done. I
didn't use them decisions as an excuse why we couldn't beat some shit Crystal Palace side, but we never.
Well, I mean, right now bottom half teams are talking crazy. Let's just say that, innit? Can't really be calling the team shit when you're sitting in the bottom half.
Yeah. All right. It is what it is. But anyways, let's move on to the actual weekend of the fixtures. We say once, man. I didn't even big up everyone that's actually here. That's the maddest part. These just crashed it on me and Mo. Mo's here. But, hi, Lewis. Didn't realize you was here. Hi, Mons. Again. Hello.
We was just, me and LB was just chilling, watching that mid-off. We was just chilling.
Mid-off. I can't even get onto Liverpool, innit? I can't even get onto Liverpool, but it is.
No. Bro, Palace, big up your thing. You got your 3 points. You got your 3 points. Bro, and you get it. Yeah. Just flash that one at them. Just flash the 3 at them, man, and that's all it is, really.
That's it. Well, I'm hearing offsides and this and that. Like, I'm hearing people trying to take that 3 points away from us. Excuses FC.
Don't do that. Don't do that to Mons.
Bro, unless Pragmo came out and said they got it wrong, then gloat all you want.
Exactly. Yeah.
This is what I'm saying. But yeah. All right, you know what? This makes me want to change my stance all of a sudden because of people like Mons, yeah. So he wants to cry about the Luis Diaz shit and all that because PGMO did.
That's different. That's fair enough.
Allow it.
They came out and said again, unless they're coming out and saying we fucked up, that means it's 100% categorically wrong. If you're saying, oh, this person, hold on, let me finish. Let me land. Monte Airways, let me land.
I don't want to replay.
Can I land, please, guys? Thank you.
No.
Now, that means it's 100% categorically wrong. Yeah? If we're talking about who kicked the ball away there, who clipped that ball, who clipped Casemiro, clipped who, this, that, and the third, that's not categorically wrong. That's subjective. That's opinion. That is opinion. Yeah? That means you can think one thing, I can think the other. So that's all I'm going to say in it. Anyway, please.
And I'm going to say I don't want to replay against Palace because I don't care and we lost. And
replay against Palace? It wasn't even that bad. What are you talking about?
Replay.
Look at Man United, how much they've fallen down. They're talking about replays.
It's not a dig at Palace.
Don't you get it? It's what
it's not a dig at Palace,
It's a dig at Liverpool. Anyways,
Bro,
man.
Kaz, that was your
Move
replay. You played them in the
on.
cup and then you replayed them.
Move
You
on,
replayed them
G.
twice. You replayed them.
Once move on. It's okay, man. You're not getting a replay against Tottenham.
Oh, why?
Okay?
Look at Daps. Bro, Daps, you have to play Arsenal. I beg you, pattern that. Just get that pattern, bro.
Yeah. We need algorithms.
I beg. Just pattern that.
We
will be having words.
We might as well move on to Man United versus Brentford. I was going to start with the Arsenal, but I'm going to just move it down since we're on topic at the moment. Does any of you think this is Ten Hag's potential last game, Lewis?
Yes.
I don't know if last game. Go on, Mo. You desperate there?
No, it's the simplest thing. This is before the international break. It's the perfect chance for them to get an interim manager. Before then, if he loses the game, he's done. I don't know. What else do you need? Do you need any other evidence to stack the guy and then go to the next cycle?
Yeah. But if they do that, Mo,
same one.
Well, if they do that, they can't call him an interim manager, man. That's just banter. That's banter FC. If they do that, bro, they got to get. If they do sack him, they've got to get an actual proper manager in, man.
Can they pay for an actual manager? That's the question. Because they have to pay him off. How long is his contract? That's the question. How long is his contract?
Well, they did that with Moyes, didn't they? Do that with Moyes? They just like carried on paying him. Like,
bro, they couldn't even pay for Amrabat. They had to loan Amrabat. Yeah, they couldn't pay for Amrabat. The year has to I don't think they have the money to pay him off. This is not Chelsea, so it's I don't know, bro.
I think it's close. For me, yeah. Like if I was a United fan at this moment in time, I would be. I don't think I'd be Ten Hag out, like get him out now, but I would be very, very close, man, because there's too many red flags, bro. And the fact that the United have gone backwards this year, I don't think anyone can deny that. They're still not playing the style of football that was brought into to play. It seems to me like there's probably a bit of a rift going on in the dressing room with certain sections of the players. So it's then just becomes a matter of when. Do you look for the right time? So Mo's speaking about international break. Yeah, that probably is the right time. Do you give him a couple of more games? You got Sheffield United after the international break. But then if you don't sack him in the international break and then you sack him after Sheffield, say you get beat off Sheffield United, then you sack him, then you've got a massive game against Copenhagen. I mean, I think that it's difficult for United to qualify now for the Champions League. But if they've got any chance, they've got to get back-to-back wins against Copenhagen. You then got City in the derby, Newcastle in the Carabao Cup. So if you're thinking about it, then maybe after Brentford, if you don't win, which I think there's a possible chance that you don't win that game, then yeah, you might have to pull the trigger. I just think it's very close, and it just depends on how close you are.
Yeah, I've got to agree. I said in one of my videos that I think he's got one more game at Brentford, for me anyways, because as much as I hate this squad and I hate a few of these players and the bad eggs and stuff, you still have to get the best out of the squad. And you have to keep it honest and real. Like, you got a season. It's up to you to manage it until you can see out the season or see out if you want to sell them at the right times. But if it's all crumbling down now, then it's not going to get any better in the future, I don't think. I just think he needs to grow a pair of balls, right? And I know it's all down to bare bones, like, because Amrabat has to play left back. We ain't got any fit fullbacks until after the break, etc., etc. But that's where you look to your manager and say, go earn your coin. And I think Man United has been let down more or less by mistakes, individual mistakes. But it's like, how do you manage that during the game to make sure there is a less of a percentage of that mistake, like against Galatasaray? For me, like, Man United's going into this Brentford game. Brentford haven't won in 5 games. They've drawn like 2 or something and lost 3, like in the Premier League. And if you want to include the cup, then that's 6 because they lost to Arsenal. They're not on fire form. So if you want to pick up anything against anyone that's not on form right now, it's got to be there, and it has to be at your home turf. Because if you can't even beat a shitty team that's not really great away, they're not in great form right now, they're missing a main man up top and stuff like that, etc., etc., etc. There's no excuse to not be beating a team that you beat comfortably, who were in form last year at Old Trafford, that you beat 3-0. So I expect a win. And I kind of expect a comfortable win. So again, for me, it's not even about the result, it's also about performance.
Let me ask you a question then. So I know it's difficult, yeah, because it's hypothetical, and of course you don't know exactly how it's going to come out. But are you saying that if you lose against Brentford, you think you'll go to that 10 Hag outside? I know it's difficult to say because it's not happened yet.
You know what? I've never wanted, in the last decade, I've never wanted a manager to succeed as much as Ten Hag. Like, I feel like what he wants to do and what he can achieve is definitely achievable. It's just more along the lines of maybe wrong place, wrong time type situation. Maybe what you done this season should have happened last season instead. You should have stuck to principle and let the season ride because when you set a high expectation, now all of a sudden, obviously, us Man United fans have high hopes for the season, which we did at the start. I mean, it doesn't mean it can't still not happen. There's another 31 games to go. But the way I look at it, if he does end up not getting a good result or a good performance against Brentford, I'm going to be on that 50-50 mark, because it's just not good enough at the end of the day. And I'm not saying that who's going to be next. This is the same thing over and over again, because it is the same thing over and over again. Until this ownership is properly sorted, or board properly sorted, or anything along those lines, to have it not so toxic from the top, then, you know, it doesn't matter what manager comes in, it's going to be the same thing. But I feel like maybe the process of the whole situation with Man United right now is being put in reverse. I think you said this in it once. You said this like a few weeks. I swear you said this like a few weeks ago. I'm pretty sure you did, or a couple of weeks ago after the loss against some. Man United season should have happened. This season should have happened last season, rather than playing pragmatic to go and get the wins. I'm pretty sure you said that.
It should have happened last season, but he's fast tracked. And now it's like almost he's a step too far. And it's almost like, remember, the quality of the Premier League has improved. Like, let's not forget that. The quality of the Premier League has seriously stepped up this year. You know what I'm saying? I generally think, apart from maybe some of the newly promoted teams, like, anyone can actually beat anyone on their day if they really turn it on. Brighton were looking like one of the best teams, and then they got the Ollie Watkins treatment. It makes do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I feel like right now with Man United's situation, Ten Hag, I still think, even as a Liverpool fan, I still think Ten Hag's the right guy. He's the right guy for the job because of what we saw last season in patches. But for me, until he finds that identity of, like, if he can't implement his style, even amongst the players that aren't so great, then I don't know for him. Like, because look at Ange, look at De Zerbi. These guys don't have the players Manchester United have, but they're still implementing their style. You know what I'm saying? And the style doesn't have to be flashy, bro. Your style can be Route 1. It's still a style. If everyone knows the style, then you got a base, no matter who plays. But hey,
listen, Man United, there is I think the difference between Man United and any other club, within the process, you'll have to get the wins. You cannot go to the board, or the fans will never accept. Like, I was one of the people that said that train of Ten Hag, I want to see a style of play, but at some point, yes, you want to see a style of play, but with the 1-0s and stuff like that. But you cannot just go to a style of play when you're sitting 11s and 12s. This is Manchester United that spend a lot of money. You cannot do that. The fans won't accept it. The media won't accept it. The pressure will be there. Like, what he's doing right now is like, sometimes try to play position football, but they're losing against Crystal Palace, against Galatasaray at home. I think that would be unacceptable. One more game, and they will forget the style of play. We cannot be 10th in the league. That's unacceptable, especially with the money we spent. With all due respect to all other teams, like the likes of Liverpool last year, and it doesn't matter the excuses. Jurgen Klopp was not given excuses. Like, Jurgen Klopp, when he was losing, some fans said, you got to get out. We didn't see why Fabinho's not playing. We didn't look at Henderson. At the end, Liverpool Football Club have to get results. It comes with you being a big club. The results has to be there at the end.
Yeah, but Mo, if there was ever a time for Manchester United fans to maybe accept a bit of a mediocre season in change of having a little bit of a better sort of forward planning, then that would have been last year though, right? Because then obviously it's his first year. And like Kaz is saying, I've heard this from a lot of United fans, not just Kaz. A lot of United fans want it to work with Ten Hag, but as Monty's saying, has he made it almost, it's kind of weird to say this because it's obviously not true, but because of actually how well he kind of done last year by winning the Carabao Cup, getting to an FA Cup final, getting third, as he's then made it more difficult for himself now that maybe he's trying to change things or whatever, because now he's having a poorer season, which maybe he should have had last year. But now, because the expectations have already been set from last year, because obviously they qualified for Champions League, they got it to 2 finals, and people are like, well, hang on a minute, what's going on here? You've regressed. Last year was the year for them to take that sort of step backwards and just reset the whole thing. Now it's sort of looking like it's happening this year, but they've already had that taste of success, man. So I don't know.
But Lewis, the problem is, go ahead. Can I add something to what Lewis said? The problem is, Lewis, that there is no stability. That if they are not getting results, but things are stable, but every day you're hearing about a new problem at Man United. Maybe it's not the coach. By the way, it's not Ten Hag's problem that Sancho did that. It's not Ten Hag's problem that Anthony did that. It's not Ten Hag's problem that what's his name, the guy, the Greenwood was like it's this season that Greenwood came back and all this happened. The problem is that the environment itself isn't stable to allow him to say, yes, we're losing maybe, but I'm in the process of something. There is so much noise around the club that it's not allowed for him to do that. There's no patience for the Man United fans to do that, because they're not seeing the club progress in other aspects. They're seeing the club regress in PR, in everything else. The sale, of course, they can't wait for the sale to happen. So nothing around him is letting him work in silence, even with losses.
Yeah, but he's not getting the sack in this game. Like, I don't think it's a conversation to be having. Even if they lose to Brentford, unless it's like a drastic result, such as like a 3-4-0 Brentford, he's going to be staying there. I think the Sheffield United game after the international break is the game that will make things a bit more serious if United weren't to get a result. But we're talking ifs and buts. I think United will get a result against Brentford at home. I do think that Brentford haven't been that great, as Kaz has said. And I think at United at home after the last 2 games, I'm expecting some sort of reaction from some of the players that's been let down. So I think they will get a result. But look, we have to realize we haven't even played 10 games yet in the season. And last year, Ten Hag was the best thing to happen at the football club. And now all of a sudden, Ten Hag is one of the worst things to happen. His game management is this and it's that. Look, you can question his ability in terms of his tactics, his game management as well. I get that. But it's still very early on in the season. You can't just expect to sack a manager and go through the same cycle over and over and over again. Because what is it bringing you? It's not bringing you anything. You have to be patient. The bigger problem at Man United right now, the bigger problem right now, Man United are the owners. It's the owners. It's the owners. If you sack Ten Hag after the Brentford game, for example, you're going to bring in someone else. Who are you going to bring in? What's going to happen? One good season. Who are you going to bring in?
Yeah, Spit. This is what I keep trying to spit. I pause. Whoa, man.
No, but like who? Because this is like an ongoing cycle. Like every single time we talk about Man United, one good season. Oh look, they're back, and then boom, Glazers. People realize the Glazers ain't it. People realize, oh, the manager, he's struggling. Well, there's so many things wrong at Man United. We can be here all show talking about what's wrong at Man United. The players, I think there's still players that should have been moved on. That's still at Man United.
Yeah.
The manager, 100. Of course, there's problems with the manager as well, because I don't think he's been perfect this season. You can 100% criticize him. But after 7 games, sacking him after what happened last season, it just doesn't feel right. It just feels a bit too reactionary. I guess it's Man United, but it's a bit reactionary.
This is why I can't just bring myself to say Ten Hag out, because it's not the issue, man. It's just not the issue. Like, I don't want to talk about Man United as a whole. Like, I want to talk obviously on the game and how we think it may go, who might line up, etc., etc. But again, there's this part of me thinking he's just not the issue. Like, he's not the whole issue. But at the same time, he has to have the balls to drop certain players that have got too much status in the squad if he wants to succeed, in my opinion, for the season.
A lot of people want De Zerbi, Kaz. I don't know about you, but a lot of people want De Zerbi. De Zerbi is a successful manager in Brighton because of how Brighton are run as well. Brighton are proper football club. And De Zerbi is also managing Europe as well. Like, people acting like all of a sudden De Zerbi's pet, but he's been managing in Europe. Like, he's had this. But I think the right environment for certain managers helps them exceed as well.
Any manager, bro. Any manager, in my opinion.
Let me chime in on that. You gotta remember though, De Zerbi ain't got pressure. Like, the pressure ain't the same. Like, I generally think, like, I don't want to use Potter as an example because I think De Zerbi is clear of Potter.
Probably the perfect example.
Potter going from Brighton to Chelsea for me was just a perfect example of pressures. And for me, you could even think Potter actually would have done well at Chelsea if they gave him their time to fail. Problem, you're not allowed to fail, even if it means success comes after the future. You can't fail at Chelsea. It is hire and fire. Like, you need results, and there's a certain standard you need to hit, even if you're trying to implement your style. And I think that is the issue at Manchester United. And it's a bigger issue at Chelsea, but it's also an issue at Manchester United. Like, I feel like almost unless you sign win now managers, it's like managers who need time are never really going to get the time unless they're winning whilst improving. And when Ten Hag was winning, there wasn't a style. It was Rashford getting a goal amongst the bad performance a lot of the time, or it was Casemiro, being the difference. It was individual talent winning United games rather than the base. So again, it's kind of like a double-edged sword, man. I don't know with United, man. Long may it continue, though.
LJ Brown says, watching that Beckham documentary showed how bad you guys are falling. It's mad thinking about it. And yeah, man, yours truly, man. Word to Sir Alex Ferguson. Thank you for helping the Glazers secure that. Don't hear people wanting to, don't people don't want to hear the hard truths. There you go. NAF panel chat. After brilliant UCL results, can EPL weekend follow? Wolves have Villa numbers, and let's hope Arsenal United keep losing as well. This guy, man, this guy. So what are we saying for the Man United Brentford game? Do you reckon this is a game that Man United get a win, or do you reckon it's all doom and gloom?
Yeah, I think they get a win. I think it's like I can see maybe like a 2-1 or 2-0. Like I just see I'm expecting a reaction from United, and I'm saying that because Brentford ain't that great as well so far this season. So I think United's reaction, last 2 games, Ten Hag, I don't think he's lost the dressing room. I think some of the players are still playing for him. I haven't got that sense. It's just maybe tactically or fatigue. I don't know whatever reason it is that's not going right on the pitch at times. Game management, but I think this game United get a win. I do truly think that. But it might be 2-1 or 2-0.
Yeah, I think somehow they managed to win the game. I don't know how, but listen, I think Ten Hag at this moment don't care how the win comes. He just wants them 3 points.
Maybe.
2-0 paper over the cracks. Man United are back. The players are back, and that's it.
That's what they've done against Osmo.
You'll see the fans jumping up and down, climbing trees, and just the party has started. We're back. Hoyland is the truth.
You know what? You
know it. Yes, you know that happens, right?
The difference. The difference in the cup game, we moved the ball a lot quicker, and you couldn't get back into your shape as quick. And I know you can say we didn't have Joachim Anderson or Yauchim. I don't know how to say his name. And then there's obviously Gay in that, but we moved the ball quick against you lot on the weekend last week. We moved the ball. I was there, bro. Trust me.
Yeah, okay. I watched the game as well. You moved the ball quick because we allowed you to be comfortable at home. We didn't even go out there to play. And I saw the Amrabat. I saw the Amrabat conversations, Kaz. People were saying Amrabat, look at him, he's fantastic.
Anyways, it's not point. It wasn't the issue anyways. I'm just saying the Saturday, the ball was getting moved slow and we wasn't making the right decisions where a certain other personnel did. That's all I'm saying on that part.
Just quickly, on that part, you know why it was way slow on Saturday compared to the cup game? Because on Saturday, there was no spaces in behind. We didn't allow them spaces for you
but there was space in behind. It was Rashford killing the game. Every time there was space,
it wasn't as much as the cup game.
I'm not joking. Go watch Devil in the Details. He goes through every Rashford attack. Go watch it in detail, like as it's called, and it will tell you every single Rashford chance that he fucked up because he fucked right up. Anyways, not the point. We're gonna move on from that. Guys, make sure you smash the like button. There's 550 of you in here on a Friday afternoon. Big up yourselves. But if you don't mind, keep smashing the like button. We'd appreciate if we can get this to 300 likes, and check out the boys' channels in the description below. Every single one of these lot, I've got a channel which is in the description. LB, new, obviously back on his solo way for the season. His channel is absolutely booming. Mo's already on 1,000 subscribers. We need his watch hours to go up. D is Crystal Palace. It doesn't matter if he is Crystal Palace. Like Joe, he's a neutral opinion and is valued. And then forget Monts, man. Who cares? But moving on, Liverpool, Brighton, taking a trip down to the seaside, my friend. What are you saying, man? This is where I'm gonna look at De Zerbi to see if he can really earn his minerals properly. Like, I'm not, because there's a lot of hype around him, Mo. And I'm not saying Liverpool are going to be bent over or anything, but Liverpool are in still great form. They still got a good enough base of player. I do expect them to beat them because of the way De Zerbi does play, if we're talking about styles and stuff, right? I think this could be
months first start, and then I'm gonna have my piece.
Game or Brighton can bounce back, man. They just come back 2-0 down from Marseille away, by the way, across the river. Good result.
Meaty. Stop gassing up mediocre.
It wasn't a penalty, by the way. So
who's mediocre? Who's mediocre?
Brighton's
mediocre.
No, not De Zerbi as a manager, but as in Brighton have been Brighton have been mediocre over the last.
But they have mediocre players, and he's making you talk about them.
All right, but the bottom line
is he's making you tweet about their goals. He's making everybody talk about their goals.
Hey,
come on, don't do that. Don't be because you play them in the weekend. Don't be a hater because you play them in the weekend.
I'm not a hater. I Mont Airlines. I was asked what I think, and you just you know what I'm saying. Let me
go for this.
Go for a second.
Okay, you got the floor.
Let me go for a second. All I'm saying is Brighton for me, like they have these weird blips, and over the last few weeks for me, I haven't been too impressed with the Brighton that I've seen. Like just over the last few weeks, I think if you look at them this season and you look at their points tally, I think doesn't tell the whole story of how they've been. I still think they've shown certain inconsistencies that I guess the way they talk about De Zerbi is like the way they talk about Bielsa when he first came to the league. And I don't know, man. They just have this monthly spanking where the players just don't wake up. Do you know what I'm saying? I watched that Villa game where Villa moved to them, and it's like, well, if you really put it on them and you don't let them play their pretty little football, I don't really think the players want it. And that's where I think Liverpool should probably thrive. Obviously, the Amex is in a great place for us. We got shot on by the Seagulls last season. Joe Gomez got made to look like Ice Spice. Trent obviously has a record of being spun by Matoma. My defenders like to work. They like to hand in their Hooters applications when it comes to playing Brighton away from home. But at the end of the day, this is a different Liverpool team, and I'm looking at Brighton, and I think some defensively they don't really look the same to me. You know, I think you could get at them, and there is a little bit. Pardon?
Noah Stupinan.
Oh,
no, but then I think Lamptey will come in on it. But Lamptey will come in. That's
great.
No,
he's not that great. He's not that great. He has pace.
I like Lamptey. You know, I rate Lamptey.
He's a twin, isn't it?
Well, for obvious reasons. But yes, for obvious reasons, you're like Lamptey.
Weirdo, isn't it? But yeah, no, I don't know, man. This is a difficult game. I think equally, just like the City Arsenal game, Liverpool. This is a tough game for Liverpool away from home. So this is why I said Tottenham might end up in the league. But it is what it is. I don't know. I think Darwin needs to shine, man. That miss.
Yes. If there is a game to start Darwin Núñez, even if nobody else is injured, it's this particular game against Brighton.
Yeah, it has to be.
Like even if that Jota didn't get a record, Gakpo wasn't injured, there is one game in the season to start Darwin Núñez to guarantee that we'll have space. It's against freaking Brighton. When they lose the ball in the midfield, I'm
a big fan. I can't lie, man. I know he's a Liverpool player now, but I'm actually a big fan of Núñez, man. I know he's not great on the eye and people can't stand him, but you know what? I don't know if anyone else, but I just appreciate basic work ethic of the era I'm from and what I've seen growing up. It's just you just don't get enough of them sort of players, and I think he looks like a player that's not in his own head anymore. I think he's a different type of player now, man. And I think he's a bit like yesterday. I know he missed the open goal in that D, in it, but if you saw it, it was a blatant open goal. But
he needs to be more consistent. That's it, Kaz. He had his spells, like you saw against Newcastle, who comes on fantastic, and then you see like the chance yesterday. You have to be putting them away as well. I think
that's just him. I think that's just him as a player. The thing is that he's always going to get chances. Is the positive about him, innit?
I think he could do what Watkins done last year, like what I think did RJ say.
Bring up that super chat, by the way, please, guys. Can you bring up that super chat, please?
What from Rishi? Once Liverpool have won of the last 5 matches, does it mean as in against Brighton?
Against Brighton. How many times did Tottenham? How many games did Tottenham have against us in the last 10 games? They haven't won since 2017.
I think it was that 12 games or so.
When was the last time Tottenham got a draw at the Emirates?
Yeah.
That's the type of season we're having, and let's not paint me out to be no underdog. Let's not do that. My
Liverpool are favourites.
My year is so different this season. Let's not do that.
You can't. Yeah, Liverpool are favourites going into this game. The Brighton hype, I get it. Like they're well-run club, they're doing well. But like even a few weeks ago, before they got these thrashings, like people talk about, could they be up there league type? I'm like, bro, just shut up about the Brighton being top 3, top 2, or whatever, man. It is what it is. Like they're vulnerable defensively. They conceded 6 against Villa. They conceded 2 yesterday against Marseille. Lost to Chelsea 1-0 as well in the cup. Then they beat Bournemouth 3-1, but they were 1-0 down. I think in that game, I think it was 1-0. Lost to Athens. Brighton concede goals, and when you look at it, it's simple as this. The equation is simple as this. Liverpool, their attackers will cause massive trouble for Brighton defenders. A team that's leaking goals, that's not so defensively. I favour Liverpool. Simple as that. Liverpool got their attackers to get the job done.
Well, they're rivals, isn't it? Right? That fake rivalry.
It's still a banana. No one's saying Brighton is shit. That's what people are saying, but no one's saying Brighton is shit.
But they're overhyped, you're saying.
Mascot
rival. They're overhyped. Yeah, they're way overhyped.
I think over the last few weeks, for me, they've just seemed a bit. It's like there's been a little drop off there, man. I don't know, man. Obviously, again, I could be wrong. I'm not Oracle of football, but yeah, man, that's.
So here's the thing about the Derby and Brighton. I actually clocked what happened with. Pep Guardiola when he went to Man City and he kept playing the same brand of football. until he got the players to be on board with that, not making mistakes. You remember him defending the players. When I watched that Aston Villa game, Emery picked exactly on the right players to get the ball out of them when they're trying to do that tiki-taka football or whatever. The problem is the Zerbi has to realize that sometimes you have mediocre players. Your players are not superstars. They cannot go every game with that style. That's true. Naive. That's true. Naive from him. That's naive. Yeah. But he has to realize sometimes that I cannot put an 18 years old that has never played top flight football to play that tiki-taka football high line thing. But he does that anyway. That's why he gets punished. But until he manages a side that has top players that can hold the ball, that can do that, the style of play to the perfections like what Pep does, you know what I mean? Even Jurgen Klopp, until he got these players in Liverpool, the perfect system. I think we have to just applaud the way that he plays football and the way he sticks to his principle. Because Pep Guardiola for years used to lose game because he stuck to his principles, but he won titles after titles after titles.
Yeah, it's true.
So, Mo, are you blaming it on De Zerbi picking these youngsters? Because he was getting praised about that before, and they were still getting results. So I don't get it. Like last season, they'll pick some of these youngsters and they'll come off the bench and they'll have an impact or so. But why is it this season that they're not having the impact?
So I'll tell you what, because nowadays people are realizing how he plays, and also the league has gotten better. Emery has gotten better. Like this kid that played, the 19 years old or the 20 years old that plays in the midfield against Kamara, McGinn, and he got eaten alive in the middle. He wasn't bad, but he had no experience. He picked him apart. That kid that played next to Billy Gilmore. And you can't do that. You need your top players, especially if you sit behind the ball, you'll be all right. But he's playing very expensive football. Lewis Duncan and the guy that Cass doesn't like. What's his name? Van Hickey.
He's
oh my God, the guy stands at halfway line, gets caught every time, bro. And you gotta realize this is not John Stones. You don't have Diaz in the team. This is Van Hickey. But I have to applaud De Zerbi. Even like he is sticking to a principle and he's gonna come good. And if he manages a team that has better players, I think you will see how good he is.
Yeah, maybe. I'm gonna ask.
That ain't guaranteed. We've seen that too many times.
Exactly. Yeah.
Guys, there's 37 likes away from 200. That's a basic mark. Come on, people, man. There's 600 of you in the building. Make sure you like the video if you haven't done so. You just gotta exit your live chat. You know where the live chat is. I don't even have to put up my phone. You know where it's gonna be. It will be about there. The fun button will be about there. Lewis, is there an overconfidence from Liverpool, or do you reckon Monsters every right to feel confident, to go and smash Brighton this time?
I don't know about smash Brighton. I think he's right to be confident that they'll win. My problem with Brighton is I think that the way that they play football, adding Europa League football, I just think that's going to be really. Yeah, because bro, they're a very energetic side, a very, very energetic side. You know what I mean? They move the ball quickly. The players running around, and I just think that when you add in that Thursday, Sunday football, that can take its toll. But
you didn't have to squad that. Yeah.
Nah, I don't think so. But listen, Mo made some good points. But the reason why De Zerbi will continue to play these young players in these games and see what they're about is because the board probably encourage him. Because if they put in a new kid, and he has a good game, boom, everyone started talking about this new kid. He has a couple of good games. He's the next guy saved £100 million. You know what I mean? So, okay, it's not going to work every time. And, sometimes they will get ripped and sometimes they'll put some players in and it'll just be like, rabbit in headlights type situation. But the reason why they want him to keep doing it is because eventually they'll put a player in. He'll do what? He'll do well, like an Evan Ferguson, £100 million striker. So that's why they do it. It's a money-making thing and, you can't knock them really because they're slamming it.
I never thought about it this way. It was absolutely brilliant. Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
So what we said, what we going for predictions? I'm gonna actually go. I can't lie. It's 3-1
Liverpool. 3-1 Liverpool.
3-1 Liverpool.
Nunes for the brace. I'm going Nunes for the brace.
Yeah, same. I'm exactly the same.
Yeah, I go 3-2, man. I reckon it could be. The one thing I would say, right? Both of these two teams, I think they're great football to watch. Because Liverpool, man, end-to-end basketball games at times, you know what I mean? But, bit can be a bit leaky. Same with Brighton. So, I mean, probably a 0-0 now, but I reckon it could be a classic game to watch, man.
There's no way on earth. I'll do a forfeit if there's no way on earth.
Yeah, LB, I'm going straight for you if that game is a ball draw. Straight for you.
That's impossible. There's no
That's some heavy jinx, man.
Can you imagine this game played in the midfield and just nobody getting chances? Oh my God, that'd be so weird.
But nah, I want to go for. I want to say.
Go on.
I I want to say 3. I want to
say
say
3-1.
4. I want to
Say
say 2
3-1.
at the time.
Say
I'll
3-1.
go 4. I'll go 4. Let's say more
Just
goals.
don't be edgy, D. Just say 31.
I'll just go 4, man. I'll go 4, man.
4?
Let's see. Yeah, let's see. Liverpool hype. They're upset. They're upset in the Premier League after what happened in Spurs. They're excited. They're excited as well. Let's see. I'll go 4, man. Brighton. The bigger Brighton gets smashed, the better it is. Because they're overhyped. I'm tired of it.
I need Liverpool to hold one. I need Arsenal. There's international break, guys. In the comments, I need algorithms. I need you all there.
You need Nottingham Forest or what? We talk about Liverpool you need Forest, bro. You're coming your Forest.
Kaz, respectfully, Kaz, we don't, Kaz, we don't.
Did in any of this sequence, did I mention Man United?
No, but I'm just saying, just respectfully, like what you need doesn't concern me.
No. Yeah, but what I need, actually, no. Technically, it is what you need as well, slightly. Obviously, not what you want, but what we all need as YouTubers, we need algorithms, we need losses, we need Arsenal, we need Arsenal to get pammed, we need Liverpool to get pammed.
I definitely don't need Arsenal to. I don't need Liverpool to lose.
Algorithms need to change up. We've had enough Man United suffering, yeah? It's enough. Enough is enough.
No, Kath. Yeah. Imagine if Liverpool lose the game and Man City win. We just shut the league and then play for second place. Come on, no. We need Liverpool win, bro.
Man City just Liverpool win, bro. It's a long season, man. Allow it. Michael says Trashford purple patch last year makes him look good. Ten Hag is rubbish, period, because Bruno and Mount can't be in the same 11. Ten Hag is clueless. Michael, to this day, I still don't understand.
How can you have a purple patch for a year?
Yeah, man. I don't understand you guys.
What?
I'm so confused. Liverpool 4-0, no rubbish Jones. How can you be hating on Curtis?
Amazing, man. Come on,
what is Curtis Jericho?
Curtis Jones hate,
Yeah, man. But yeah, before we move on to the game and before the last 10 minutes, I'm going to get quick predictions for other games that obviously there's no point in even mentioning. Too tough. Luton Town, Tottenham.
3-0.
5-0.
What?
4-0. I'm expecting 4 goals.
You're serious?
1-1.
You're serious, Lewis? 5-0.
1-1.
Oh no, bro. To be honest, I just look at Spurs, man, and I like the way they're playing, and I look at Luton, and the problem is Luton draws ain't enough, man. I'm
gonna go 2-1.
Oof.
I'm gonna
concede.
go
You think Spurs are gonna concede?
I saw West Ham go there and everything, and I've seen it. Luton at home are not of that bad of an outfit as people make out to be.
I'm gonna go 1-1. Tottenham score early. Everyone thinks it's gonna be 5-0. These one they get some janky pen. These man get some silly pen. You know what I'm saying? And then order's restored. If you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Wolves Aston Villa. I feel like this is gonna be a draw. But for Wolves, just because of Wolves FI, because he hates Man United, I need them to lose. I need a 3-2. I need a 94th minute goal from someone like Kilman, one of them guys there. I need them to lose.
Hwang Lee Chan,
the Korean guy, man. Now let him score, but I'm just saying I'd rather Watkins score. I need FPL points. Watkins hat trick. How about that?
Oh, you drafted. Thanks for letting me know you drafted him in. Thank you. Thanks for letting me know.
1-0. Maybe I saw Villa yesterday. Villa's a weird team. Like they'll have moments against Brighton, then they'll like rotate and things will go like Villa's hit and miss. Even against us this season, they beat us last minute. I think maybe because of the occasion, it's like a derby. I'm gonna go for 1-0.
Yeah,
They might be tight.
No, Villa will win 3-1. I'm
gonna go 2-0 Villa.
Yeah. Hold that one, Wolves. Who else is there? Burnley, Chelsea. This is probably another little bit of a test for Chelsea, you could say. I know it's only Burnley, but this is another.
Burnley played well against Manchester United. I don't know why they can't do the same against Chelsea. I think. Oh, but Burnley, again, if Chelsea surrender position this game, I think they can get something out of this game. If Chelsea try to play position football, I don't know.
Yeah.
I still pick Chelsea, bro, to score.
I'm going draw.
A draw.
I think it's gonna be a draw.
Nah, man, Vinny Company, mate. He's got his first win under the belt. We move now. And I reckon it's going to be a W for Burnley, 2-1.
Oh, I need it.
2-1 Chelsea, 2-1 Chelsea. I think this game will suit them in a way as well because they'll be open. Burnley will be open. Chelsea won't be able. Will get chances, and I think they'll just put them away. So I think it'll be 2-1. Once again, I'm not expecting Chelsea to beat Burnley by a massive margin. It might be a tight game. They might nick a goal in the last minute, but I don't think it'll be like Chelsea will dominate or Burnley will dominate either side. I think Chelsea will get the job done.
Yeah. Who hasn't said a prediction? Once.
These man suck.
They've been alright though, Chelsea.
Who are you talking about?
Exactly.
Bro.
Quick, wrap it, quick.
They just suck in it. Burnley though, they're worse in it. As much as I want to say 1-1, Chelsea 3-1 in it. In fact, no, I ain't seen Chelsea score 3 goals in a minute. 2-1.
Yeah. And obviously there's West Ham versus Newcastle, which is
I think that's one of the games of the week, in my opinion.
Huh?
It's one of the games of the week that I don't understand why they put it with Liverpool and Brighton in the same time. Like, I really wanted to.
What? Is that a Sunday game?
Yeah, it's a freaking Sunday game. Same at 4.
Europe, innit?
At 2. It's ridiculous.
European football. That's why.
Yeah, but they could have done something different, bro. Like, Man United played in Europe and they're playing Saturday. So, but anyway, that game, I think this is gonna.
I can't call it. I think it might be a boring game.
I don't know, but Newcastle are freaking flying now.
West Ham are also quite doing.
West Ham are very resilient defensively.
Yeah, I can't call it. I'm just gonna say draw on it. I can't call it.
3-1 Newcastle.
I predicted Newcastle to win, to be honest, 2-1, but I won't put it past West Ham to win this game and score 3 goals on the counter attack, especially Botman is not there yet still.
I'm gonna go West Ham win.
I think that as well, slightly. I slightly do, but I just think when you Newcastle have conceded one goal in the last one goal. They've conceded one goal in the last 6 games. That one goal was against PSG.
Yeah, I think Newcastle will get them. Like they'll figure them out. I think it'll be 3-1.
See Jamal Lascelles. You see the Jamal Lascelles like his whole like revival. Yes. You see, hey Jamal, he's gonna step up again. I'm saying 2-0 Newcastle. I don't think West Ham even score.
Yeah, potentially. Have you said one more?
Yeah, I said I'll pick Newcastle to win 2-1.
Yeah. All right. Moving
Put some
on
respect on Dan Burn.
Dan
Burn had more XG than Kylian Mbappe in a football match, people. In a football game. In a football game. In 2023.
It's not real, man. It feels like FIFA.
Played better than Kylian Mbappe.
Got like a team card.
That's a quick reminder to everyone. Make sure you smash the like button and check these guys' channels out in the description. You just click more when you move the phone from that way to that way. So yeah. If you're on your phones. Moving on to the big game of the weekend, Arsenal versus Man City.
This is it. Look, the pressure's on Arsenal. It's not. It's more on Arsenal than City. Like I spoke to Arsenal fans as well. They have the mentality that if they win this game, like they have to win this game because it's like a hurdle for them. I think it's like a mental block. But for City, I think they will treat it as, yes, they're facing Arsenal, but it's not the end of the world. Like even if they don't get a result in this game, I think City will still be composed. This is a game that Arsenal needs to win. When you're considering the injuries that City have, and I've known a few Arsenal fans that also said about City's past results.
KDB and Rodri, so yeah.
What 2 massive plays, especially Rodri.
John Stones as well, yeah. Potentially.
Yeah, massive plays missing for City. So this is a game that Arsenal should be winning. Like on paper, like they should be trying to win. In their heads, if I'm an Arsenal fan, I'll be thinking, yeah, this should be the moment. So I think the pressure is all on Arsenal, but I don't know if it's going to go their way. It's weird. I don't know if it's going to go their way, but I don't know what you lot think.
Well, I think it's easy for what were you saying, Lewis? And I think the lineup for you guys kind of slightly picks itself now in a way, but it's just the way you set up in the midfield. I think that's the key area more than anything.
Yeah. No, I think it's an interesting one, man, because like we don't actually have to win this game. Correct me if I'm wrong, but when we went to the Emirates last year, I think we had to win.
Back to back. Was it not back to back?
Yeah, I think when we went there and beat them 3-1, I think we had to win that.
Opener, isn't it?
Was that before the downfall of that Southampton West Ham?
Yeah. That was before that.
So you had to win that game,
Yeah, so listen, I don't know, man. It's a bit of a weird one for us because obviously, like Dee said, we go in there without a couple of key players in that, and we don't actually need to win the game. The pressure's on Arsenal. They've got a poor record against City, especially in the Premier League. But let's just see what Pep does in the midfield. Of course, Rico Lewis coming against Leipzig and absolutely smashed it. My man of the match. Don't think he's going to get selected for Arsenal because that's a big jump up. But he obviously wasn't happy with Kovacic or Nunes because neither of them played against Leipzig and they both got subbed off against Wolves. So don't be completely shocked if Rico Lewis gets the nod there. Grealish will probably come in for Doku, even though Doku's slamming it since he's joined. I think Grealish will get the nod in that. But yeah, I think all pressure's on Arsenal, man. They got to win the game. They got to win.
Don't you think Doku might go over on the right? Anyone? And Grealish on the left? And then Bernardo goes inside the middle to provide the energy? Because I feel like if you want anyone to run at someone like Zinchenko, surely it's Doku, right?
Nah, it won't be, bro. Because if he goes Bernardo in the middle, it'll be Foden on the right.
It has to be Foden.
I don't think Doku
because Zinchenko goes in the middle. He goes like Zinchenko goes inverted, so it's not going to be a one-on-one. It will be Foden between the lines. That's what the difference is. I want Doku to go against Ben White, pin him back all the time, make him worried about it. Zinchenko will always invert. If you play Doku, don't play Doku, and Zinchenko isn't going to defend him. So I think Foden is going to be there, in my opinion. Don't you think? That's the question. Is don't you think Bernard? It's still Alvarez is going to be in the 10, 100%.
Has to be, surely.
So it's Bernardo in the middle next to Kovacic or Nunes.
Or Bernardo on the right.
And Foden hold bench.
Foden would hold bench, yeah. And then obviously Nunes and Kovacic in the middle. But Nunes and Kovacic in the middle with Bernardo in the middle, that's not a very inspiring.
I think it's a very tricky
last time
Bernardo
played left back, right? In this game.
He's not going to do it. Yeah,
But he won't do that, but last time that was it, right? When you
first half.
Them.
Yeah, he played a couple of games.
Yeah. So he played.
But I think this is a tricky time for Pep Guardiola to how to deal with Foden. Because now KDB is not there. Now Mahrez is not there. And some of the players, that Gundogan. So it's his time. So if he puts him in the big game on the bench, I think, and put Doku in and put Alvarez in, I think that in my opinion, I think that will hinder a little bit of the future of Phil Foden and how he deals with this, because he needs game time, especially now.
But he's getting game time, bro.
No, like to start in a big game, you're that player, you're the superstar, you're the one who everybody talks about you. You're the one who gets compared to this and that. He needs to start this game, in my opinion. He needs to start the game.
Like I said, there's a chance that he does start. If Bernardo starts in the middle, Foden will start on the right hand side. That's fact. Doku don't play this game, in my opinion.
I don't believe Foden. This whole need is the thing with Foden, because you're looking at Saka and he's burning out at the end of the season. He's burning out in games that he doesn't need to burn out in. I think Foden's actually been managed better than Saka, and obviously maybe that's because the quality of City's team, he's able to be rotated. But now that Arsenal's team has strengthened, Saka should be able to get rotated in the odd time. But I don't know, man. I dislike that whole argument as a whole. But
I think it's different than once, because with Saka, he's been playing a lot of games. And I remember that stat about 89 games or 79 games in a row. And I was thinking then, like, cool, you lot are praising him for this. But I'm thinking, is he going to be picking up injuries? Like, that's too many games. You have to manage him a bit properly. Well, Foden, it's more of a case of, it's not like he's reached that levels of burnout. I think it's nowhere near it. It's a case of, now you got one or two big players out. Will he get the nod in games like this? So I think it's like two different scenarios in a way. So look, even if Foden doesn't play, the second option, like even if it's like Doku or Bernardo, so like the rotation that Pep can do, I don't think City should have a problem in terms of that. Like, they got quality. But when is the last time Arsenal beat City? I heard a stat. I don't know if it's true. Yeah, 2015.
Yeah, 2015 and 16 games lost.
Yeah, so that's why I'm thinking. This game, like, Arsenal will know this as well. I think Arteta will have it on his projector before the game as well, giving his motivational talk, talking about 2015. This is it and all of that. But yeah, I think all the pressure's on Arsenal. But then again, like, City still have some quality players. It's just a Rodri aspect that bugs me more than Kevin De Bruyne.
Is Saka fit then?
Well, we'll have to see, man.
It won't be 100%.
Bro, I think he's out as well. You can't pull up with an innocuous injury, already have an Achilles problem, and you're still playing him against the best team in the league. That's crazy to me. And I'm not even gonna say when he burns out, I'm just gonna say it like this, because like at the end of the day, you'd rather have Saka for 8-9 games later on, and just maybe miss the one game, because again, like, this game is at the Emirates. You can play Jesus out. There are options you can play. Like, you can do other things for the right wing, on the right wing, especially with Jesus there. For me, you can actually play there. It just doesn't make sense to me, Saka just playing this game. I know it's crazy. People are going to say 6 point out if this and that.
Maybe if he is fit, maybe put him on the bench. Let him stay on the bench first.
Is he even 100% fit?
That's on the bench, you're fit enough to play, bro.
Yeah, you know what? This is the first. I think this is the first time where I can think Arsenal could have Partey, Rice, and Ødegaard in the midfield, right? Since the Community Shield. This is one time I'm thinking City in the midfield right now are very weak in terms of physicality as well. This is their chance to bully it. This is their one chance to bully it. They got no Stones, no Rodri. Yes, they can probably keep the ball, but it's just the way when it comes to transition. This is where I look at Arsenal thinking, you know what? Like they really could be really threatening on the counter here because usually there'll be a Rodri to stop it or Stones to put first foot. I know they still got Ruben Diaz, Akanji, they still got Kyle Walker. Like, don't get me wrong, but it's like City don't stop playing the way they play. They do commit when they need to commit. Like Leipzig, they commit. So that's just the way I look at it. I can't call this game. Like, I'm just thinking about it over and over in my head. They got Haaland though up front. They got Grealish, who's very physical as well. They can compensate for it. Just
I've got one question for LB though.
Defensive mid position.
Right, what's your obviously thoughts on Haaland over the last few games? Like, just in terms of, because Alvarez kind of looks like he's been the guy. Obviously, Haaland's been a little bit quieter than usual. Obviously,
he's been quiet because we've not created chances. Played well against Leipzig. Ghosted against Wolves because we didn't give him the ball. People are dumb, man. People are like, he ghosted in a game. Haaland isn't Harry Kane. He's not a guy who's going to be constantly dropping into the midfield. So he is an old school striker. He's going to be in the box and he's waiting for you to give him the ball. If you don't give him the ball, there's probably not a lot that he's going to do in the game, right? So, but if you do give him the ball, he'll score a shitload of goals as per last year and his whole career at this moment in time. If you want a striker to be dropping deep, buy Harry Kane. You know what I mean? Don't talk on Haaland. That's not his game. Haaland is an old school finisher. He's about positional play in the penalty area. Played very well against Leipzig. Didn't do anything against Wolves because we didn't create him a single chance. I don't think he had a shot against Wolves. But I've got to say, bro, this conversation that's being generated at the moment online about him last couple of games, it is the fucking weirdest thing. You know
is he missing KDB?
Football's fickle, man. Come on.
Is he missing KDB?
Bro. I think he's got 9 goals in 10 games. KDB's been out since Burnley. You know what I mean? So I'd say no. I think the team's just not creating. The team's just not creating chances for him. But I mean, we're still doing all right. You know what I mean?
It's the expectations, right? Like the fact that he's got that many goals and people are still talking about him because of last season, what happened. But yeah, as long as you're still winning games or so, because maybe against Wolves, that result went against you, of course. So that's when people look at Haaland naturally and they'll say, "Oh, what did Haaland do?" For example, he's been your star striker.
Yeah, so but listen, look what Monty's saying. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, Haaland been quiet last couple of games, but then Alvarez is getting space now. Because everyone's surrounding Haaland. Haaland come out and done an interview today or yesterday and was talking about that this year people are man-marking him a lot tighter, but not just one, like 2-3 players can be around him. If you look at that Wolves game, for example, he had like 3 players around him. That's well and good, but that means there's going to be space for someone else. You look at the Leipzig goal, Doku, for Alvarez, Doku attracted 3. There's a couple of players marking Haaland. Alvarez just had like a free shot on the edge of the penalty area. So I think that's one of the reasons that Alvarez is thriving this year because he's getting so much space, man.
Yeah, for people that call Haaland a bit quiet, he still has 8 goals in 7 games and an assist. If that's what you call quiet, that's what I call dangerous.
So that's expectations. Do you
know what I mean? It's still mental when you think about it. I got more than a goal to game ratio, more GA.
You know what? As well, it kind of strikes me as well, bro. It's the type of player that like you don't really want to do those sort of things. You don't want to have those sort of conversations because I reckon like. He's not one of them guys to take shit personally, as in like, get shy and get down. If people start getting on him, I think he's one of that guys who like puts his chest out and says, I bet he's fucking loving this game on Sunday. I bet he can't wait. This is probably the perfect game for Haaland. He's not scored in 2 or 3 games. He's probably looking at his game on Sunday going, people are talking about me now. I'm going to fucking try and smack him up. Because I just think that's the type of guy he is. You know what I mean? He's got a bit of an ego. You know what I mean? He backs himself. I mean, again, go back to the Community Shield last year against Liverpool when he missed that open net. The guy started laughing. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just think sometimes people are a bit.
He's a freak.
I think it's a bit psychotic. You know what I mean? But obviously, that helps him out.
Yeah. But to wrap it up, though, what we say prediction wise as well. I'm just gonna throw mine. You know what? I'm actually gonna go. There's been this is a simulation, as Mont says. I think Arsenal might win this one. I've got a feeling Arsenal might win this one 2-1. I've got a feeling, but I'm not going to put it past City to not smash them like 3-1 because they do concede at the Emirates. and it is Pep Guardiola.
I've been thinking about 2-1 or 2-2. That's what I've been thinking about. But
Yeah.
either way, even if it's 2-2, that result suits City. So I don't think City will be fussed about that. Like,
Nah.
so.
Oh, we
I
take
think
a
City will
point.
be
I'm
fine with
buzzing.
that.
Not buzzing.
Exactly.
But,
Yeah.
I'm chill.
Considering who's out.
Damn, I want to say 2-2. Let me go 2-2. Let me go 2-2. But I can
It's
see it
probably
being
more
2-1.
leaning on a draw, innit? I think it's more leaning on the draw.
Yeah, because I'm just thinking about Rodri. I'm thinking about that midfield. I think Rodri is a massive miss. As you said, Kaz, physically, that midfield, Arsenal midfield should be able to have them physically. But then again, we'll see like Zivchenko, who he faces, etc. Because defensively, I think is a vulnerability. So yeah.
Did we say that Arsenal? Sorry, guys, that my internet just went out. I had to restart the router. Did you say that this is it? Arsenal, they have to win this game. If they don't win this game, there's not going to be another chance. You will not face probably a weaker Man City than this.
Yeah, they have to.
Probably
that's what we said. Yeah, that's what we said.
5 years. This is it. Like,
and by the way, if they win this game, it doesn't mean they've won the title as well. But I know a lot of Arsenal fans will think that. That's what they'll think. They won the title.
But to be fair to Arsenal, mentally they've won it. Like,
that's a hurdle, right? That's
for themselves.
Yeah,
mentally.
Arsenal's fighting a hurdle right now. It's bigger than City. It's the fact that they haven't beaten this team since 2015. It's a team that they lost to in a league title last year. For them, this game, the pressure is on them, and City are missing key players. So for Arsenal, it's massive. But we'll see if I think I'm gonna go 2. But I want to say 2-1. I'll stick with 2.
What about you guys?
I'd say Arsenal win 2-1 this game.
I think City will nick it. I'm gonna go for a 1-0 City win.
Why?
Yeah, fair play. Why not?
What do you mean? Why?
Let other people eat, bro. Let other people eat, bro. Like,
fucking Wolves. Wolves ate us the other fucking week, bro.
I'm gonna go 1-1. 1-1
yeah,
draw.
I'll take that.
So can I ask, is that a good result though?
For City, it's a good result.
Yeah.
No, I know for City, even if you lose, this is not gonna decide anything. But for Arsenal, people that say 1-1, is that a good result for Arsenal? Should they be happy?
I think for me, in terms of the league, it's not the worst result in the world, because you're just drawn against the team that you lost against last year and the treble winners. But then what you're asking you're asking other teams in the division to then beat City and take points off City. Like, if you want to be that team to lift that trophy, you need to be the team to take the points off. Do you know what I mean? You can't be looking at City games every weekend going, "Oh, I hope this team beats City because we didn't beat them." You got to be that team. So I think in terms of a league complex, they don't need to win.
LB, I disagree with you there, because it's the wider context. It's the players that you're missing as well. So if you had your strong 11 and Arsenal got a point against City, then I'll say fair enough. But there are some key. We're talking about one of the best holding midfielder in the world, in my opinion, in terms of Rodri. He's not in this game, so you're missing him. You're missing KDB, John Stones, who's been fantastic for you lot. So when you add that fact into it, I don't think a draw is good enough for Arsenal. I think this game, if Arsenal are serious, they should be trying to beat you lot. I think a draw favors City more than Arsenal. I wouldn't be happy as an Arsenal fan if I got a point against it. You wouldn't be upset, like crazy upset. It's not the worst result in the world, but it's not something to gloat about or be like, yes, that's it. Like, Arsenal really need to win this game.
Yeah, Highbrow just says, have a hunch Nelly will play. Club's been very quiet. He might be on. I think there's a possibility they might be on the bench. But yeah, guys, appreciate you all coming here to watch us mumble, jumble, and all that good stuff. Big up the panel. Obviously, this video is going straight to Mo's video. Who's going live with Joe. Big up Joe as well, man. Every single time. Big up Lewis. Big up D, as delusion as he is, and obviously Monsters always. Come on, man. The guy, man. Tariq Lamptey himself, man. But other than that, man, hopefully Liverpool lose. Hopefully Arsenal get spanked. Hopefully Man United get a 4-0 win, and I hope Palace get destroyed. Actually, you know what? I don't.
Bro, I hope for your sake that you get a win, so you go top half, man.
I love Palace, man. I love Palace, man. I can't. Like, can't force it.
No, but that's you man beef though.
Nah, what?
Palace, you man beef though.
Months.
Wait, Palace even beefy, man. Let me double check.
This time last year, you was beefing Crystal Palace and Fulham. Allow it.
Yeah, I was. Wait, Palace don't even really beef you like that.
Nah, they don't.
They don't even really beef you like that.
Hey, guess what? They made you lose the title. Yeah.
No. Chelsea made us lose the title. Fernando Torres.